Hello there people, Weston here. Here's the first batch of demos from GOG Spring Festival of 2022. Just playthroughs with brief summaries, not full-fledged reviews. I hope you like them. Let's start out with the first game, Stardeus. Stardeus is a colony management game where you take on the role of a consciousness absorbed into the ship's AI as an emergency measure after a catastrophic event has torn the ship asunder. Your mission is to pick up the pieces, restore systems to working order, and lead the colony ship further on its journey towards a new home. The graphics are somewhat cartoony and abstract, which helps you discriminate between objects at a glance, even when highly zoomed out. The audio consists of a variety of fairly generic sound effects, backed by a collection of largely sedated ambient loops. The gameplay has you making a mixture of strategic choices, such as picking research priorities, as well as tactical ones like placing individual walls and power connectors. These tasks get executed by the ship's swarm of bots, though colonists can also mill about and help, as long as you actually manage to keep them alive. I was surprisingly taken in by this title. The game's presentation didn't impress too much. The devices had a bit of quirky charm, but almost everything was static images with no idle animations, perhaps not to distract. Despite that, I was desperate to help these poor colonists survive and grew significantly despondent as I inevitably failed to save their lives. The interface could use an overhaul, but with so much information and functionality to expose, this is very difficult to get right. Despite all of these shortcomings, there's a compelling game there and a wealth of content to explore. I give it 4 out of 5 stars and needed. Deconstruct all of this. Malik died. Well, I'm sorry. Wish I could have done something. Uncomfortable temperature, cause of death, cold. I'm truly sorry. But the people in stasis can possibly be reached. I may yet save them. Perhaps. It's still the first day, or even the 0th day. Little drones are busy hauling materials. Some bits of floor have been built here and there, which is lovely. Fine, let's designate some walls. It's relevant what type of wall I decide to build. The cost is the same. Can we replace an empty, undamaged floor? Oh boy. Yeah, I have to construct the floors first. Except we'll have to clear out all those useless rooms. No good to me. Let's speed things up. Otherwise this will take far too long. There are a couple of spacesuits and a space helmet somewhere in the wreckage. We can make one human colonist space ready. Use the inventories overlay to find it. Then other drones to locate them. Need a surviving colonist. That's simple enough. Space helmet. Where is it? Relocate. Are any of the colonists still alive? No, they're all dead. They've been dead for a while. Never mind any of this. An oxygen pump, that's lovely. But we should relocate it. We really don't need the... Took stasis damage. Oh no. Unsafe conditions, low oxygen. All these people are going to die. Damn it. And it's because of me, of course. Bring them the spacesuits. New blueprints, small memory, more disk space. That's great. How about we power on the oxygen pump? How about we try that? Priorities. Change priority. Increase priority on this. Priority 9. Highest priority. Give it steel plates. Quickly. No research. I'll get right on that. Energy, lighting, propulsion, science, technology. Research biotech. Oh boy. How are you doing without oxygen? Task. Clean floors. Really? Okay. How's the oxygen over here? Oh, I see. It's low, but survivable apparently. Incredible. Laura Lamb, Dr. Spectrum. No attachments, that's good. You don't want to get attached to anyone over here. Things are going reasonably poorly. But I'm glad I've managed to save a life with this silly little oxygen pump. I'm glad I relocated it. Next up is our second game, Berserk Boy. Berserk Boy is a platformer that seems to be an homage to Mega Man so clearly that even I can tell, having not played that. The presentation is delightful, the graphics are vibrant and full of character, the optional CRT filter nicely adds to the experience while the lingering after images of the protagonist amplify the impression of speed. The pumping background music and vigorous grunts and exclamations further emphasize that invigorating energy. The gameplay is standard action platforming fare. You hop, dash and climb your way onto platforms and over spikes, bash enemies into bits and refill your meters with tiny collectibles. The problem I had with the demo was that while it nominally supported keyboard controls, it would not only not let you rebind the keys, but it wouldn't even tell you what they were to begin with. As such, I did try to use a controller. That excuse for pathetic gameplay aside, this really doesn't feel like my type of game. Despite that, I can see the appeal it can have for people with the right sort of taste. The screens do feel a bit empty, with essentially a single enemy on each, but that might be a matter of pacing or difficulty level. As far as I can tell, this will be a solid game, and I give it 4 out of 5 stars. This is all we've got to work with? I don't like these odds. Okay, I know you can do this. Do you actually? The orbs react to your emotions. Center yourself, take a deep breath. I need you to merge with the orb again. You know what to say, right? Phew, come on, Kay. You can do this. Deep breaths. Really? W to move back? That seems ridiculous. And what? Up or Z? Enter? Space? Z. Go Berserk! That's it! Amazing stuff, Kay! It really worked! Man, this feels good! Take this! Now let's go find Dizzy. Collect red health orbs to increase your health when you have taken damage. Standing on checkpoints restores your health to max. Your energy refills over time. Collect blue energy orbs to fill up your energy meter fast. Some abilities depend on your energy meter, so be sure to keep an eye on it. Yellow Berserk orbs and defeating enemies fill up your Berserk meter. Berserk energy does not fill up automatically. Your Berserk move icons should appear when you have enough Berserk energy to do a special attack. Press right trigger to use your Berserk ability. I am not using a controller. Oh, you will be. You will Go be. Berserk. Sector 1. Yes. Lightning. You've unlocked Lightning Justice Form. Dash around and unleash havoc on your foes. Jump on an enemy's airborne and you can follow up your attack with Lightning Jump. You should keep an eye on your Berserk moves in the bottom left of the screen. I'm pretty sure lightning mode is purple and that orange thing is vanilla mode. Bear with me, please. Lightning form. Doesn't seem that great. Oh no, you've got a dash for this, I guess. Well, that's unfortunate. Sector 1. Ow. Oh, I can climb the ladder, fine. Yes? Hey, you okay though? We're building up resistance. Whoa. Do you get launched in another direction? Which button do you have to press? Oh, come on. Ah, yes, of course, the play button. It's a guy up there. Hey, please save the others. Gotcha. incredible performance. Appearing centrally in this video as the first game, we have A Tale of Paper. A Tale of Paper is a puzzle platformer where you help a tiny shape-shifting animated origami creature navigate a household and beyond. The graphics are a strong point of this game. You can see Unreal Engine showing its claw. The music is suitably eerie yet unobtrusive. The presentation in general is very nice and endearing. It is, as I've said, a puzzle platformer. You travel between locations and try to use items and abilities to remove whatever obstacles hinder you from progressing and exploring further. The game doesn't sound like much, and it's not particularly difficult either, but to its credit, this was the only demo out of the initial batch of 5 that I've actually beaten from start to finish. Arguably, that's because it was short and thus ran out of content on me, but I didn't feel bored enough to put it down. I see that a lot of love was put into this game. However, I'm not going to rate it based on some sense of pity. It seems to be a good game. Not a great game, but not a middling one either. 4 out of 5 stars from me. Damn it. Can you push this? No, you cannot. No, there's gotta be a way. Why can you not get on top of these boxes then? That's ludicrous. Fine, I don't think you can actually get on top of the bed. That's okay. We don't have to get on top of the bed. We could try to get out. Shift to run, yes, I've noticed. Don't worry, I'll make that jump soon enough. Just want to explore a bit more. What's with this weird television? This is Neil's room, I can't really get there. I'll have to get on this comfy chair, but I presumably can't do that either. Fine, fine, fine. I will do what must be done. Frog. What? Can't open the door without a key. Interesting. I don't think I can get up there without access to something. Oh, can I unscrew this and get inside? No. Doesn't seem that way. Fine, let's go upstairs. No, Roomba, no! That's horrifying. Oh, that Roomba is hostile. What if I jump on top of it? Oh, it's so mad! Would love to shred me, but it can't. I'm on top of you. I can unscrew these screws by pressing F. Whoops. Gee, that's great. I'm in danger. I have learned to unscrew. telekinetically. This is where I learned to turn into a frog. Why would I... E. Guess I'm a frog now. Can't walk, can only jump now. Those are pretty impressive jumps. I can unfrog myself whenever I want to. Let's head on back, unscrew what was there to unscrew. No, don't tell me this is a one-way street. No! I wanted to unscrew these things. And I'm stuck permanently. I can only go ahead through here. I can't head back. This upsets me greatly. Or perhaps I'll be able to return to that place. Yes, I will! Oh, thank goodness. Can I become a bird? A little origami bird and fly far away. Presumably, but not in this demo. We'll see. Alright. You have to frog yourself to reach that. And just like that, I can get the key, which I will use to unlock the door. The frog cannot carry the key. The key is enormous and heavy. But hopefully, this little origami creature can carry it all the way over here and open the lock. Yes, unlocked. Use the handle, open the door. What's inside? What shall we find here? Ah, yes, the observatory, I guess. You need to be a frog to reach these heights, of course you do. No, oh look, a tube. Fancy that. Now we're not supposed, presumably this is how you return over here, but you can't enter it from this side. That's okay, we will Super Mario our way back. We have to jump through so many hoops. Here. Q in order to what? Right, you can't learn in frog form. Fair enough. Absorb this. What have you learned? Oh, right, you can become a ball. I'm sorry, what can the ball do? Well, presumably it can roll into a pipe. Alright, down you go, ball yourself. Let's get the ball rolling. Unball. What a cute concept. Ball yourself! Unball. Now what do we do? It's not like I've acquired anything of use. No, wait a minute. I know how to ball myself now. And as we know, abilities are keys. So I can head on up there. and go down that pipe. The guy, no. In the penultimate position, Game Fall is Absolute Tactics Daughters of Mercy. Absolute Tactics Daughters of Mercy is a turn-based tactics game, or more ambiguously an RPG, where you move characters on a 2D grid and use abilities and basic attacks to bestial foes. The game appears to feature a mix of 2D and 3D graphics with very sharp 90-degree turns and extremely rudimentary animations on everything. I initially wanted to just mention the idle animation since they're so prominent, but almost every animation suffers from this. The voice acting seems nice, but it's very scarce. At this point there's plenty of text-only dialogue, which may or may not ultimately get a voiceover. The sound effects are adequate. The music, now that I think about it, is a maddeningly short loop that goes on and outstays its welcome quite quickly. The gameplay is a familiar formula. Each character has an action and a move each turn, and that action can be a basic attack, a resource-consuming ability, or the consumption of a team-owned item. For the sake of completeness, you can also wait the turn out if you merely want to reposition, or not even that. Attacks and vulnerabilities are divided into physical and ability-based, and the general concept is that a foe with strong ability defense but weak physical defense should be attacked with a physical attack rather than an ability. You get some inventory and resource management, positioning, including flanks, and puzzles that allow you to harvest objects from the environment, and that's about it. You can manage your party between missions too, although I haven't explored that aspect too heavily. It may sound like I hate the game, but it's got a solid set of mechanics, a decent variety of classes, and may very well be an enjoyable experience, especially on a controller. Yes, indeed, the controls of this game seem perfectly suited for those using a controller, with convenient bindings and methods of designating actions. That in principle is great. What's a bit less great is how the game handles with a keyboard and a mouse. As you might suspect, in a grid-based tactics game you spend the overwhelming majority of your time selecting target tiles. That feels rigid and clunky in this game. I'm trying to reconstruct this from memory, so bear with me. You have to make a firm and solid move for the cursor to jump over to another tile, and once you do, it lands in the middle of that tile, so you need equal effort to swing right back. In other words, you can't wiggle your mouse to switch rapidly between adjacent tiles. This doesn't sound like an actual problem until you actually experience it firsthand. As a result of this implementation, it is very unlikely that you'll ever end up clicking on the wrong tile due to switching over a boundary at the last second. This is a great feature if you have Parkinson's or some other motor disability, which some people do, and in all seriousness they might appreciate this. However, this is not optional. So for the overwhelming majority of us who don't, this is merely a source of fatigue, death of 1,000 cuts. I wouldn't make that big of a deal of it if it wasn't for the fact that I've seen so many other tile-based games handle this exact same problem flawlessly. Don't worry, I have other gripes. The UI is very minimal, which I don't fancy at all. That's good for mobile games. In the PC version, I'd prefer to have a turn sequence indicator, an inventory screen, character sheets. I'm not asking for much. You can mouse over enemies to get some info, but I shouldn't have to search for them on the map. Aside from controls, UI, and the music, the animations are also rather unimpressive. There's one for each thing, but they're very bare-bone, they lack flair. They're overwhelmingly interpolated loops with 2 or 3 keyframes. As you might have guessed, I'm not impressed. This is not a good game. With that being said, it's not a bad game either. It's clear that a lot of effort went into grading it. It has potential. For instance, I'm curious where the plot goes. Unfortunately, the first few squads of enemies weren't so kind as to tell me anything. All those issues I've mentioned a moment ago are largely cosmetic. It just takes effort to get rid of them. Not some fundamental change of design that would undo what the game is built around. It's not bad. It's unpolished. It's mediocre. It's a 3 out of 5. Attack, move skill first, then attacks the knight. You have his back exposed to the archer. That's not what I want. I can't see my cursor anymore. A comically common issue. Ow. This is fine. The crossbow resummons the thing, whatever that is. Alright, just perform a basic attack on the... Actually, you know what? No. Move further onwards and bash the other archer. Encouraging him to reposition, so to speak. Right, Kelly. Move on over here and bash this guy. Nice hit. Rue, please just heal up.
Back in the fight.
Awesome. And then just reposition. I should have destroyed the crystal to unlock the chest, to get more stuff. Our tank is about to get absolutely, well, not slaughtered, but hammered. Not in a good hammery way. But obviously I can heal him. And I shall. Eat a berry. It's good for you. What is this thing though? I can see. Fine, let's approach this archer. Hux, approach the archer again. This archer. And back. Actually, do you have an interesting attack of any skin? No, no interesting attacks whatsoever. Fine, just use the basic attack. Bash the bow of mercy. That ought to be enough to
Nice.
finish it off. Yes, yes, indeed it is. Callie. Move here. The basic attack against the crossbow of mercy. Rue, can you actually position yourself to shoot at this guy? No, you cannot. That's unfortunate. Hold on. Yeah, she should just shoot the crystal as soon as possible. We'll deal with that soon enough. The guys from the back are still firing. Oh, that's a dragon turret. Of course it is. Of course it's a turret. Alken, do heal up yet again.
Welcome to a speedy recovery.
Alright, Hux. What is this? It's a dragon turret. It's got no resistance against skills, so use a skill on it instead of attacking it physically. It's at 3 HP. Glorious. Callie, move here and hit both the guy and the turret. I know it's somewhat resistant to physical damage, but not immune to it. Both of them go down. Rue. Shoot at the crystal. Oh, please. Thanks. One, two, three. Can you shoot from here? Yes, you can. Then do so. Crystal is broken, the force field goes down, the chest is accessible. We can get to that treasure chest now. Yeah, no kidding. That was the plan. That was the whole point. Finally, rounding things off is game number 5, 9 Noir Lives. 9 Noir Lives, a humorous point-and-click adventure game about cats in a noir setting. The graphics are delightful and whimsical, the animations are smooth as silk, the music sets the tone perfectly, and the voice acting so far is promisingly great. The gameplay is exactly what you'd expect. You get a modal cursor that can switch between an eyeglass, paw, mouth and mouse to, respectively, look at, use, lick and navigate. You have an inventory you can access where you can perform each of these actions on particular objects. Aside from that, you can combine them or use them on hotspots in the game world. These are the mechanics of the acme of point and click, perfected over decades to reach this point. There are no two ways about this. This game took 4 things I adore separately and put them all together. Surprisingly enough, this is not the first noir game I've seen with a cat detective as a protagonist. Well, take that for what you will. I've had an absolute ball with this game, and fully intend to buy and play the finished product, eventually. As a point and click, this game lives and dies by its writing, and I found that both engaging and hilarious. My greatest fear is for the final product to end up being subpar in places due to budget constraints or some other form of mismanagement. That would be an absolute tragedy, because what I've seen so far is delectable. Everything points to this being great. All the full game needs is more of the same level of quality in every facet. To make this very clear, this game didn't just make a positive impression on me. It really drew me in, and I strongly believe that's not merely a bizarre idiosyncrasy of mine. I give it 5 out of 5 stars.
Literally covered in spines, and the client didn't cough up for medical on this case.
Touch it.
Stumbling around a strange bar with a huge cat kiss in my arms sounds oh so fun, but another time.
Fine then. Look at pictures then.
The most generic pictures imaginable of tropical locales.
There's definitely a theme to this bar. I wonder what the outside world looks like.
I definitely can't lick them straight. Or can I?
You can certainly try.
They aren't even hung up straight. Literally zero effort. I mean, they obviously just copied what the Voodoo Bar did, but why aren't these holding tiny guitars? It would have been perfect. Laminated wood and, oh, yeah, yes, just a hint of grease. Well, I learned a lot.
Excellent.
Hey, I don't want that staring back at me in my office. It can stay here.
Well, that starting bit was a smidgen too quiet. That's okay, I understand.
Where the magic happens, or lack thereof.
Can you lick the ball?
People sit there. They sit there with their booties, with their butts.
I fail to see a problem with that. You are a cat.
The face of intellectual copyright infringement.
Rude.
Lick the Tiki Mask wearing weirdo.
I'm gonna need to lick your face now.
Sure thing.
Huh?
Go for it. Lick away. Treat yourself.
This is a trap. You're trying to trick me. Nobody ever says yes. What's your angle, huh? Hidden cameras? Are you trying to expose me? I don't care. Licking isn't a crime. I checked.
I don't care. I've got a mask.
Oh, that tasted horrible.
Are you saying the taste of my mask isn't good enough for Mr. Fancy over here?
That was not what I expected, but I'm pleased with the result nonetheless. Can you use the ball?
No time to sit and have a drink. Need to get this cease and desist delivered.
Fine then.
Hello there. Are you the owner?
Who's asking?
Oh, my name is Cuddles Nutterbutter. I'm here to serve you.
Don't need no new waiters. Thanks.
Serve you papers? I mean, I'm a private investigator.
What sort of PI work is delivering papers? Shouldn't you be out investigating?
Out investigating? Yes, well, bit of a dry stretch right now, if I'm honest, and this pays the bills. Happens more than you'd think.
Show me a badge then.
Of course, it's right. Oh.
Inventory.
Actually, you know what? I forgot. Badges are being discontinued. So, don't worry about it. Ms.
None of your business.
Miss Business, then. I have a few questions for you.
Can I just call you Nanovio? Or is that too familiar? What's with all the fire? What do you mean fire? Is this the voodoo guitar? Can you explain the sign outside? I haven't been outside. Everything in here is copied from the voodoo ball. Can you remove your mask? I'm going to save your papers. I'm not done with you. Which, of course, is what you say when you're done with this person.
I need to think. Don't go anywhere.
Let's look at the back door.
Wonder where that goes.
See, the basic cursor goes there, presumably. Unless using the back door also goes there. Or unless only using goes there and the basic cursor does nothing, which would be weird.
Oh, sure. As if this grubby door in a rundown bar is gonna taste like some delicious fruit or something.
Don't judge our doors, you don't know them. They're imported.
Also, you won't know until you actually try them, detective.
Hello, anyone back here? No.
Okay. What's worth checking out? You can't go in there by clicking on it with the basic cursor. This is a disgrace. Right, let's have a little conversation. I love how fluid the animations are. All the frames per second. Now, granted, that's not exactly what people look for in an adventure game most of the time.
Miss Business, then. I have a few questions.
Aside from me, that's what I look for in adventure games. Smooth, crisp, fluid frame rates. Can they really be both fluid and crisp? I don't think anything in this world is fluid and crisp at the same time. Bah. Hold on.
I need to think. Don't go anywhere.
Do I actually have the papers? Oh, I do! Look at it.
The official cease and desist letter from Town Hall.
Lick it.
Now, they coat these in wax now. No more fun flavors.
Can you use it?
Honestly, I can barely even read the lettering. But not my problem.
You can just serve it, but that's no fun. Let's have a little conversation.
Miss Business, then. I have a few questions for you.
Is this the voodoo guitar?
This establishment is named the Voodoo Guitar. Is that right?
Maybe. What's it to you?
I represent the owners of the Voodoo Bar. Yeah, I'm sure you're familiar. The Voodoo-themed bar directly across the street from you. They feel, and I agree, that you copied not only their concept, but, well, everything, basically.
Oh, yeah? They gotta prove it then, don't they?
Oh, I see you are a cat of some legal knowledge. Past experiences, is my guess. Yeah, thing is, from what I've seen of this establishment, it won't be difficult to prove. Do you really want this to go to court?
You ain't got nothing on me.
Yeah, we'll see.
This is quite blatant. Yeah, as if I knew the original. Can you explain the sign outside? What? I haven't seen the... You know what? Fine.
You have a sign outside your bar. It says, "We're the voodoo place that don't serve no cursed margaritas." Care to explain?
Means we don't got no cursed margaritas?
Firstly, that hasn't cleared anything up. Secondly, it's slander.
It's true. No cursed drinks in here. That's our guarantee. The guitar guarantee, yeah.
You obviously just made that up. More to the point, there are no cursed drinks in my client's bar either.
Well, no one said there
What
were.
even is a cursed margarita?
Instead of lime juice, it's got the souls of the damned.
Ms. Business, my clients do not add condemned souls to their drinks, as I think you well know.
Oh yeah, can you prove that?
Yeah, but like, how can we be sure? They don't have a sign.
Good point.
That's not... What? That doesn't even...
Thank you for watching the first part of the GOG Spring Festival 2022 demo overview. Even though the festival is over, I plan to cover all the demos included. I don't see why I shouldn't. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and thus you'll see me elsewhere.